Hey everybody, welcome back to I'm Scotty, and we're about to start our investigation into the murder of the of Chihiro. I haven't, and a funny story, I forgot to save last time before continuing, so I had to go and do it all over again because this doesn't auto save, unfortunately. I think we should start with the body. Naturally, I could feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body, Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handwork.
What?
Well, but we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. Well, is there nothing of interest? What about this poster? Look, there's something written on the poster. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. But it says something, right? Yukion? Or that might just be the title of the thing. What about this blood right here? Fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have splattered during the murder. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Locker room dumbbells and it's a triple of your handbook. Alright. There's really not much else in this room. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. She was very light, that is true, but it wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her. But still, I still think she came in on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Which really have been exercising that late? Hina and myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I could only assume she was trying to avoid us, and instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But that she could also have come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Sakura's coming as a true handbook. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You hear Chihiro talk about it, right? Oh, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember that she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wonder what it might be. Now we have Mondo's account. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true,
Let's
but
go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got cut up with the wrong person this time. For real? Boy, relax. So this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't fight. Okay. So let's, I guess, the door? If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, we should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
did you call for me?
What the heck? He could just summon him? Has to be domesticated.
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure. What's up? Well, it's just about this card reader. Yep, the card reader has all been assigned to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door's unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correct? So then, that means only girls can go to the girls' locker room and only boys go into the boys' locker room? In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means, hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in
So,
there.
in other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. Come on. Loaning and borrowing is literally the same thing. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying there's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So,
Who are you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes you want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest for your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental facilities, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Card readers been actually in their handbook. Main hall? What the hell are we doing here? We came to the main hall. So, what are you looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Great! I don't like working with this guy. Can I just work alone? Like, legit? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait. There's 3 of them. What are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Do you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of the dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. Oh shit. Yeah, we already read this. Only the act of loaning is prohibited, but borrowing is fine. That still sounds stupid. I see, yeah, I understand. Main hall e-handbooks, yep.
What?
Hold on a second.
Very
What's wrong?
strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs? The memory of it came floating back. The cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! 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 What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily, but it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can't withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit with it, it won't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks. Then Leon must have broken this somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think this handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Then he left. Okay. What just happened? When Kumo said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook has been answered 206 in a handbook. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in the earnest track and track down the culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Not quite? What do you mean, boy? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want you to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. Come on. The murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly and slipping away before the police can even catch them. And with that nickname the internet gives to his mysterious serial killer, Genocide Jack, they say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be demented, psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder, but words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. What is it? What do you mean by that? Oh no, we already... I thought, well, I want to see what you asked. What do you mean? Oh shit, there's something else. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Weird. Ah, hey you too. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
But it's an emergency. Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me. This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened? Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? Well, what should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we could take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it. Yeah. Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us, Hina.
Go.
It looks like she's headed to the dorms. To Toko's room, most likely. What the fuck? Okay, where's Toko? Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. Oh, sorry. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. And after a while, we came back to check on her, you know, to see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff.
That's fine.
We should try talking to ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Talking to her ourselves, probably. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Shit. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed from out the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago, I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But I felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that what Toko's so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Who? Oh, shit, yeah. She likes you. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, Misa, you could be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Bakula.
It's Byakuya.
Byakuya. Oh shit, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Why didn't anybody tell me? Byakuya. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's go back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Huh? Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. I don't know. This boy's suspicious. I'm gonna hurry to catch him up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Why? What do you want to do in here? Is there evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
What? Oh, the computer's not there anymore. Huh. Is it in here? If I remember on this side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh,
Let's
here?
go.
It'll all make sense once you go inside. Oh, so now you let me inside. Ass. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust,
In
too.
other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one out at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on the presidential assassination. The original is kept in the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. That's scary. Alright, so what else do we have here? Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it in good use. What's this? This box. It's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudge of the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it is. There was an extension cord plugged in here. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? An extension cord, huh? There's something right behind him that I guess they may want me to look at. There's a ton of thick files stuffed into the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking around any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would never want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind that you think to expect to leak. Oh. So we looked there. We looked there. So we looked here. So many files sifted through the shelf. What are all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commune. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with the real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope Speak truly wields. Or perhaps, the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? Can you totally believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what do you consider usual based on your common sense, right? Well, what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered in here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents? And more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Tagomi family have access to a variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
In other words,
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the material gathered here is the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through these reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of these cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all these reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there's so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, they're where the victims are suspended. The only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one in the news, no one online, nobody knew about that specific of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things like this really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down to your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Alright, can I just do that? Because I don't want to fucking waste my time with this. They reveal the ones with true power, the secret council, controlling everything from the shadows. They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. Well, are you gonna look? For now, I think I'd rather not. What? I thought we were gonna look. All those files are investigation reports. Graphic disturbing photos. Yeah, I already know. Okay, so should I just talk to you? Be curious about the Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached a page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected. Oh shit. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran for several pages. Holy crap. Ken Harada, 32. Tatsuni Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Oh my god, all these Japanese names. But one thing became perfectly clear as it read. All the killer's Cowling's victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for these killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered in the scene. But when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely that there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words...
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind you see when you go on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file is actually true PlayStation Vita handbook. Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Oh wait, Byakuya! Holy shit. So things are starting to point to the crazy lady. The crazy lady who loves Byakuya. But it's weird. Because Byakuya also knows all of this information, not just the lady. So I'm suspicious. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
Time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I feel like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro? Question mark? Okay, question mark. And that murderous fiend is one of us? But who is it? I have to find out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Great! I'm glad we could go our own separate ways here. Because Byakuya was getting annoying. Go back to the pool. Might as well have a look back to the, Oh, Hifumi. Great. What do you have to say?
Da-da-da-da-da!
Hifumi. Come on. guy drives me nuts. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as
Another
if...
stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet. Come on! But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she witnessed something worthwhile too. Who's Ludenberg? Really? What did she see? She refused to tell me. It's like the girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? No. Okay, so where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time not there. What's it gonna be? So Celeste? Oh, my girl Celeste. Let's go back to the locker room. So what is it that you found interesting? Was this a lady? The word bloodlust is written in the wall of blood, just like all those other genocide jack cases. I've never seen the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. I could feel her life draining from her body. It's a dead body. Draining from her body. Okay. I'm not sure what you meant. Ah, there you go. The big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. The girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Chihiro's presence here was especially weak, her body and her soul.
No forgiveness!
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Oh hey. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking, but I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it? Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You want me to determine its whereabouts?
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room, but I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the truthful section of her handbook. Yeah, it's weird. It could be relevant. And I was trying to look closer to the body, but it didn't let me. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. It's a poorly tied rope. Huh? This rope has a plug. Oh, how convenient! How convenient, an extension cord, huh? Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more it's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended, and that fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does all this mean? Status of the dead body has been added to the truthful section of the handbook. Well, the one thing most likely to tie in all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help look at Genocide Jack case file one more time. Yeah, I think so. Ain't that a little sus? Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there was a poster of the popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there was a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe we should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. The locker room posters have been added to the Triple Section Handbook. Who knows more? Who knows about the lockers? What do you mean by that? You think there might still be more to find? What do you mean? Like this dirt stain on the floor? There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room covers, but it's a Triple Section Handbook. It's just a little stain. Is that it? Looks like it. Who knows more about the locker room? You know anything about this? You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? I use it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Haina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Or Hina, not Haina. Do you think the poster in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched? Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see. But there is something that has been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. You have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some of it on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see the stain in the carpet now. Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up, but still, isn't it unusually clean, as if there was never a stain to begin with? Disappearing stain is an answer to the PlayStation handbook. What? So it almost seems like the rooms have been switched. Or at least the poster and the stain. I think this murder happened in the boys' locker room. I don't know what that tells us, but whatever. We have to put the pieces together. So now we're gonna go back to the the warehouse. Not the warehouse, the library, like extra room. Let's take a look at Genocide Jack case file. I know it's around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. So he left the thing? Asshole. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if library desk lamp is added to the Truth PlayStation handbook. Huh. Huh. Are they really gonna spell it out for me again? Okay, so now we gotta talk to the Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case? I knew you were gonna ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might distract you, but I see it was pointless. And you did find something. Very well, I will tell you and only you. Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
Indeed.
That was right before nighttime. I thought we saw her too.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed that jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. Damn. Cold. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of that track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. So let's get into the True Blood section of handbook. That is weird. You think it could be like in the laundry or something? To me. Oh, Hina. How's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry. Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There are two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. Oh, I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with? Yeah, she was a little bit strange. She didn't really hang out with other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura did something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Totally.
Yeah, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talks to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. I always account have been at your True Blood section in her handbook. Oh, so she's a lesbian. That's why she was weird about going to the girls' locker room. Oh, it makes sense now. Is this investigation over? Are you cereal? Are you milking in my cereal right now?
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial.
Do we have enough?
You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
I'm worried. I'm really nervous. It's about to begin. The red door is right through here. Oh boy, at least I'm not the primary suspect here. It's the girl, the crazy girl, and Byakuya. But I guess the truth will reveal itself in time. Ahem, so is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like that, and just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you dragged the girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle over into the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? Send to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro? Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm, so meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made a choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone's standing right here. Someone's standing right here. I ain't got time to talk to all of y'all, so we just have to go. I gave a small nod in reply. The last one deep breath, I walked to the elevator with shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. I couldn't stop speculating. Alright, boys and girls. Seal box sent a heavy clunking sound deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? I tell you what's exciting. This is getting. I'm getting a little excited right now. All right, boys and girls. I'll catch you guys in the next episode where we're gonna have the whole class trial. I wonder if it's gonna be much longer than the first one. The first one was a little over an hour. But no matter what, I think I got a better handle of the controls. So I'm gonna try and skip all the. So no failing. No failing allowed.